Let's talk about math, baby. Let's talk about 2 plus 3. Let's talk about all the shapes that we can find in geometry. Let's talk about math. Let's talk about math. Ooh, yeah. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Miss Megan's classroom. If you like what you see here today, please hit the subscribe button below. Okay, today, you guessed it, we're doing a little bit of math, but not just any math, geometry. What? Yes, geometry for 1 to 5-year-olds. We're not going to be looking at Pythagoras' theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, but we are going to be looking at triangles. We're not going to be looking at perimeter, which is 2L plus 2W, but we are going to be looking at rectangles and squares. And we are not going to be looking at circumference, which is 2 pi r. However, we are going to be looking at circles. So if you haven't guessed it by now, we're going to work with some shapes today. So parents wonder what is age appropriate for their child, and also what is developmentally, what should they be looking for. So this episode is more on that, and what we are doing here is probably what you're already doing at home. So first, let's look at our 12 to 18 months old, or 1 to 1 and a half. So these kids should be exploring a variety of shapes. Playing with blocks, with 3D objects. Feeling the edges and feeling the planes. Any size 3D object. Remember, if it can fit through a paper towel tube or a toilet paper tube, it's a choking hazard. So make sure that they're big for those guys. So that's for your 12-month to 18-month-old child. Next, 18-month to 24 months, so your 1 and a half to 2-year-olds. Your child should be matching simple shapes with the same size and orientation. So an example of that, puzzles. Oh, we have an orange circle, a yellow square, a red rectangle, a blue triangle, and a green oval. Okay, another example is your blocks at home, stacking, placing side by side, same shapes like the squares or the rectangles or whatever shape you have for your blocks. Another example of that is, please excuse the crudity of this model. I did not have time to draw it to scale or paint it. This is made out of a brown paper bag. Just cut it and get your marker out, draw your shapes. And same thing, if you have construction paper at home, whatever you have, cut out some shapes. Okay, so we have a triangle. They can match. Square, circle, rectangle, heart, oval, star, and diamond. So that can be hours of fun right there. Okay, so that is for your 1 and a half to 2-year-olds. Next, we're at 24 to 36 months, so that's your 2 to 3-year-olds. So they should be matching shapes with varying size and orientation. So an example of that, and you guys use what you have at home. This is just what I have here. We have a circle, a little top, that's a circle. Also, a paper plate. It's different, but they're both circles. Another example, a regular plate and a larger plate or dish, whatever you call it at home. And then finally, a purple circle. So they're all circles, they're just different sizes. Another example, you have your kitchen cutting board. You have a container for hot objects. Hopefully your child will not be using that. You have your watercolors are a rectangle. You have your remote control or your clicker is also a rectangle, and sponges, rectangles. So there I have familiar shapes, but different sizes and different orientations. So this could be a physical activity where they're using their hands, or more of a visual activity if you're sitting in the kitchen, sitting in the yard, looking up at the trees. Hey, look, that leaf looks like an oval. So that's what to look for there. Next, we're going to go to 3 to 4-year-olds, and your children should be demonstrating awareness of attributes of simple shapes. So we're going to go with some 2D shapes, two-dimensional shapes. So naming things like a circle, it's round. A triangle has 3 sides. A square has 4 sides, okay? So once again, you can use your puzzles at home or your blocks. Same thing. Now moving on to our 4 to 5-year-olds, and they demonstrate a basic understanding of attributes of geometric figures. That's a lot of big words right there, so let's simplify it. So back to our two-dimensional shapes. We're working on some counting, okay? Count the number of sides and the number of corners. So I have my square, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners. Triangle, 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. 3 corners, 1, 2, 3. A star, so many sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are just a couple examples of that. And also for your 4 to 5-year-olds, we're looking at 3-dimensional shapes as well. So if you are looking at a sphere, what could be a sphere? Well, certainly a ball, a soccer ball, a baseball, a basketball. The earth is also a sphere. And next we have a rectangular prism. So what's a rectangular prism? Well, we have one right here, a box. Hey Mom, that's a rectangular prism. And next we have a cylinder. So examples of a cylinder, they could be like, oh Mom, your coffee can is a cylinder. Hey Dad, your PVC pipe is a cylinder. Hey sis, your glue stick is a cylinder. Okay, so pointing things out in the natural world as well as in your household and with your toys and all that good stuff. So remember, parents, that you are your child's first teacher and you're doing a great job. So keep doing what you're doing. And I hope everybody enjoyed our episode today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.